Hey guys, welcome to a brand new episode of AB in the Films. This is it. This is the new place. Sorry for being a little bit messy, and I'm sorry for the lighting and the shadows behind here. I know that can be a little bit distracting, but I had to do this review real quick. But I'll adjust. I'll fix this problem in the future. Problem is, sorry I've been delaying this review for a while. I had to move the desk in here and everything, as you can see. You can see it behind me there. I had to put everything back in there, and this is a completely different room. But you don't want to hear about that. You want to hear about my opinion on This Is the End. Once again, before I start talking about it, I am so sorry I didn't get this review out earlier. Pretty much everybody who wanted to see this movie has already seen it by now. I apologize. I saw this movie on June 12th when it was released, and I couldn't get the review out in time. My internet's been low. I finally got my internet working because I moved into the new room and everything. I had to wait for the internet, and I had to wait for the room to get all nice, and as you can tell, I'm still tweaking with it, but I'm getting sidetracked. I shouldn't be talking about that. Okay, here we go. This is the end. Here we go. I loved it. I really did. I have to tell you, I don't think one person came out of that movie saying they hated it. I mean, here's my opinion of it, okay? I've been watching the trailers for this movie over and over and over again because I just couldn't wait to see this. Because it's Seth Rogen and James Franco and Jonah Hill and Danny McBride and Craig Robinson and Jay Roach and all these guys. They're all playing themselves. Or, you know what, I'll rephrase that. They're playing caricatures of themselves, okay? And that is quite interesting, you know? And I have seen that before. I feel like I've seen that before in some other movies. But, okay, they're all at James Franco's house for a party, and the apocalypse happens. Okay, that's the movie. That's pretty much the movie in a nutshell. You know, if you've seen Superbad and you've seen Pineapple Express, you pretty much know where this movie is going to go, where the jokes are going to go. And I don't care if it's toilet humor, it's funny. I find it funny, okay? I think it's funny. My only problem with this movie, and it was one problem, and I don't know if I am alone in this or if other people thought of this, but this is the way I felt when I saw this in the theater. When Jonah Hill... Oh, I forgot. Spoiler alert. Well, probably not because everybody's seen it by now, but spoiler alert anyway. Jonah Hill gets possessed in this movie. And when he gets possessed by a demon or the devil, I don't know what it is, that's when the movie, in my opinion, started to go into the wrong direction. Because I was enjoying the first hour and maybe 20 minutes of the movie. I mean, this movie's like, I think, 2 hours long. I was enjoying the first half of the movie. It was funny, it was clever, it was enjoyable to watch, I felt it was unique, it was pretty good. Michael Cera, who's only in the movie for about maybe 10-15 minutes, he has some of the funniest shit ever since Superbad, in my opinion, that he does in this movie. Some of the funniest shit ever. It was so cool to see Christopher Mintz-Plasse, I think that's how you pronounce it, and Jonah Hill and Michael Cera together. It was cool seeing that, because I don't think we're going to get Superbad 2, but that alone was cool to see. It was cool seeing James Franco in this movie plays a little bit of a pompous kind of guy. Like, he's got art all over his house or something. And when they're trying to board up the house to protect themselves, he doesn't want his art taken down off the walls. Especially the Seth Rogen art he's got hanging on the wall, but you guys already probably know about that. But getting back to my problem with the movie, Jonah Hill gets possessed in this movie, and I think that that's when it starts to go in the wrong direction, because, now hear me out here, because they just rip off The Exorcist. And you can call it ripping off, you can call it doing a parody of it. Parody's a better way to go, because they do throw in their own stuff in that. But, and they even acknowledge that it is a stupid idea to do that. And even some of the stuff that Jonah Hill was saying as he was possessed was funny, but it turned, you know, the movie's dark to begin with, but it turns into a very dark, very cold movie, and they start to take this whole thing seriously, like it's really the apocalypse. Because I honestly thought it was an alien invasion. Because in the trailers, when you see those people get sucked up by the blue light, you know what I mean? I thought it was an alien invasion. That's not what it is. It's actually the apocalypse. And this is the real spoiler corner here. What that blue light is actually God calling up all the people into heaven. Which I thought was kind of corny at first, but they managed to have a few laughs with that. They really do, especially towards the end. But the end of the movie was really kind of corny and stupid because they eventually come to the conclusion that there's no way out. This is not a dream. This is really happening. This is the apocalypse. We have, and this is what they do. They decide to kill themselves. Well, you know, I shouldn't say kill themselves. I should probably say it like this. They sacrifice themselves for other people in order to get into heaven and get out of the apocalypse. And I'm watching this part of the movie and I'm like, really? You're really doing this? I mean, like, they're taking it seriously. And from what we witnessed in the first hour and 20 minutes of the movie, I think, the first half of the movie, it's played for laughs, you know, but they're taking this thing really seriously, and I felt that was kind of a risky move. But I just felt really like, why are they doing this? You know, this doesn't feel like it basically came out of nowhere. I felt like that this really didn't conjoin with what I saw previously in this movie. But they do manage to get some laughs out of that, especially when James Franco sacrifices himself. That was pretty good. You know, with Danny McBride and everything. But all of that switched when Seth and Jay go up into heaven and you hear that Whitney Houston song. From that moment till the end credits, then I was back in with the movie. Then I started to love the movie again. So, like from the moment when Danny McBride leaves them because he's just being an asshole and a pain in the ass to the other guys. I don't think he's a pain in the ass in real life. I think he's a great comic actor. But you know, the caricature of himself is being an ass to the other guys, and they finally kick him out, and he leaves. From that point until the moment when you hear the Whitney Houston song, when Seth and Jay go up into heaven, that whole I think it's like a half hour or something. That half hour of the movie I felt was really. I felt like it was forced, and I felt like it went on way too long, and it just didn't feel like it was part of the movie. Now, the first hour and 20 minutes of the movie was great. It was comedic. It was exactly what I was expecting, and the very end, like the last 10 minutes of the movie, was freaking epic. Now, this is ultimate spoiler alert. Now, there's a lot of spoilers in here, but, you know, I'm pretty sure everybody's seen the movie by now. It's been out for 2 weeks, but, when they get into heaven, and the Backstreet Boys come out, singing Backstreet's Back. Here's the deal. I am not a Backstreet Boys fan. I never was, even when they were big 12, 13, 14 years ago. But seeing that was like the ultimate. That was epic, seeing that. And I could not stop laughing to that. So I just felt that was like a really good ultimate ending, and I really, really enjoyed that. Like, that would make me go see it again. This is the end. Was enjoyable to watch. I wouldn't go see it again in theaters. I would wait for it to come out on DVD and Blu-ray. I do recommend it. I didn't like that little half hour in the movie, but aside from that, it was really good. I give it a B+. I really enjoyed it, and for what it was, yeah, it was definitely worth the price of admission. So, I hope this review was helpful to all of you who have pretty much already seen the movie by now. If you haven't seen it, I strongly recommend you go check it out. It's really good. And, yeah, that's my review of This Is the End. And don't worry, I'm going to fix the lighting, and this room is going to look a lot cleaner in the future. So, yeah, that's it. I really, really enjoyed that. Like, that would make me go see it again. Could you hold on for 1 second? Yes, who's knocking at my door? Who is it?
Hey.
I'm in the middle of doing a review right now.
Hey, can you open the door?
I can't open the door right now. Okay, back to the review. Alright, I'll get the door in a second.